Okay, so here we go. We are gonna focus all on editing a simple video from 3 recorded clips. So let's jump into it. In the App Store, actually, you know what? I don't have, maybe I do. Okay, we're gonna try something out here. Hi, I'm Zach Wolfson and welcome to Start Small with Video, the show where I help you start small with making great videos by yourself for your blog and business. So you've planned out your video and you've recorded it on your smartphone. Now what? You might be feeling kind of intimidated by the whole idea of editing and all of the technical bits that come along with it. Remember, we're gonna keep things simple and we're gonna start small. So think about editing just like this, that effectively you're creating an experience for your viewer through how you edit your video. So even if you edit it just a little bit, you can create an even more amazing experience for your audience. So without further ado, let's hop into my iPhone and I'll show you how to get started editing. In the App Store, actually, you know what? I don't have, maybe I do. Okay, we're gonna try something out here. So just for the heck of it, I'm gonna record a few clips right here and now so you can see how I would do this. So here we go. This is crazy. All right, so I'm just recording a little behind the scenes here. I'm shooting this week's episode all about editing your videos, and I'm gonna show how to do just that. So here is my recording setup. So you can see I've got my laptop here with my outline. I've got a little monitor for me to see myself. There's the camera, and then there's my computer recording what's on my phone. So you can see it. So that's my setup here whenever I do one of my weekly tutorial episodes. Let me know what you think. Do you have any questions? Is there anything that would be especially helpful to you? I would love to hear about it. Leave a comment down below. So that's a little quick process for you to be able to see how I would record a few clips just for something to share, for instance, on Instagram. Let's jump into editing. The app that I have to recommend for you for editing on your smartphone works both on iOS and on Android. In the App Store or in the Google Play Store, search for Adobe Premiere Clip. And you'll see it right here. It's that purple icon there. And since I already have it, I'm just gonna open it up, but just download it and install it. It's free, which is nice as well. Once you open up the app, you're going to create a new project. All you do is in that top right-hand corner, you'll hit the plus sign, and then it's going to give you a few options. And just starting out, all you need to do is just choose the on my iPhone or on my Android option at the top there. And then it'll show you a few different options depending upon what media libraries you have on your phone. So for me, I just usually just jump to videos, just because that's the easiest way to find the video clips I've recorded. And after you tap on videos, then what this is going to do is it's going to let you pick the initial video clips that you want to import into your project. And since I'm just going to use these 3 clips that I just recorded, I'll just single tap on them. And you can select however many you want. I'd suggest starting with just a few, and you'll see why shortly. And after you've got them selected, then you just choose Add. And this is what's going to let you start an actual video project in Premiere Clip. And there's the option for it to automatically edit stuff for you, or you can do freeform, where you're in more control of the whole edit. So I'm going to show you how to just do freeform. I find it simpler, and it's a lot just easier to get started with it. So let's just do freeform. So I'll tap on freeform. Okay, so we've imported our 3 video clips that we want to use in our video. And let me orient you a little bit around Premiere Clip just so you have an idea of what's where. So at the very top, you can close the project if you want to start a new one. Then the musical notes are to allow you to add music if you want to. The gear icon lets you change the settings for your project. And then that box with the up arrow is sort of the universal sign for export. So that's what will let us save the video at the very end. And then finally, at the top right corner, those arrows going diagonally lets you play the video full screen. Moving down on screen here, this big play button part is the preview window. So that is going to let you see each of these clips all together in a sequence, as well as individually let you change and manipulate them. Then below that big video preview window is the play bar. So that whole gray section there with the purple arrow to the left and the purple arrow to the right, that's what lets us select which part of the clip we want to use in our edit. We're going to get more into that later. And then below the play bar, we have our individual video clips. So whenever you import a new clip or a photo into your Premiere Clip project, it'll pop up as a thumbnail down below. And it'll appear in a sequence like this from left to right is what it's going to play back. So our furthest left one, which I'll tap on right here, will play first, then this middle one, and then this right one. And as you can see, as I tap on these, it lets me see them up above in that preview window. So that's how you just move around and check out each of your clips. So whether you have 3 of them or you have 10 of them, you'll be able to move around really easily and see what you have and choose what you want to keep and what you don't want to have in your video. Now, how do we actually select which parts of a clip we want to keep? Great question. That is what our in and out points are. And that's a universal term across any editing software, are in and out points. So whether you're using Premiere Clip or you're using iMovie on your computer or Premiere Pro or whatever the editing software is, in and out points are always going to be your method for selecting parts of a video clip that you want to use in your edit. Let's go to our first clip here and we're going to choose which parts of it we want. So I'll play it back so we can remind ourselves what's there.
All right, so I'm just recording a little behind the scenes here. I'm shooting this week's episode all about editing your videos. And I'm going to show how to do just that.
So I don't feel the need to have that last little bit. I'm going to show, when I say I'm going to show how to do just that. So what I'm going to do is I can move, if I tap and drag on this vertical white line, that's our playhead, and that's what lets me move and scrub through the video. So I'm going to find that point when I finish saying the first part of my statement.
All about editing your videos, and I'm going to show all about editing your videos. And
so I'm going to roughly find where it is. So I'm going to move my out point here to about here. And I think that's about the end of my statement.
About editing your videos. Here is my recording setup.
Yep, so I got it. I got my out point all set for that first clip. Now I'm going to play with my in point for this clip, which I think is pretty much in a good spot, but let's double check. So I'm going to tap on the play bar area. I'll drag my playhead over to the left to see from the start of the clip how it sounds.
All right, so I'm just recording a little behind the scenes here. I'm shooting this week's episode all about editing your videos. Here is my...
Yep, so I don't need to move the in point. If I did, let's say if I wanted to start a little bit later, this is what it would look like. I would tap on that left purple arrow, tap and hold. Oh, I'll have to move my playhead a little bit first. And then you can just tap and drag the endpoint to wherever you want it. So let's say if I wanted that to be my endpoint, then effectively from that endpoint to that out point is the part of the clip that I recorded that I'm going to keep for the edit. So I'll move my endpoint back to the beginning since that's where I actually want it to be. And then now let's jump to the middle clip and see what we want to keep in this one. So I'll play this one back.
Here is my recording setup. So you can see I've got my laptop here with my outline. I've got a little monitor for me to see myself. There's the camera. And then there's my computer
I think what I'll do is I'll move the out point also a little bit earlier, just to right here, just to tighten it. So right after I'm done pointing to my computer screen, we'll cut to my little outro bit. So here we go. So we can play this back.
Here is my recording setup. So you can see I've got my laptop here with my outline. I've got a little monitor for me to see myself. There's the camera, and then there's my computer recording what's on my phone. So that's my setup here.
So there you go. So that's effectively just tapping on and dragging that out point, that purple arrow that's going to the right, and dragging it to the point of the clip that I want to cut away from. So remember, when we're setting our in and out points, we're effectively choosing the part of the video that we want to keep. Okay, and then finally we'll go to our third clip here, and I'll play it back just to see if there's anything I want to trim out of this.
So that's my setup here whenever I do one of my weekly tutorial episodes. Let me know what you think. Do you have any questions? Is there anything that would be especially helpful to you? I would love to hear about it. Leave a comment down below. Let me know what you think. Do you have any questions? Is there any tutorial episodes?
What happens if you have something in the middle of a video clip that you want to trim and not have to create a whole lot of extra work for yourself in Premiere Clip? Let me show you how to do that with this. What we're going to do is we're going to move our playhead to the point where we want to split this clip into two clips. So let me show you what that means. Essentially, I want the beginning part of this clip that I recorded, and I want the end part of it. I just want to tighten it up a little bit more. So after I finish the word episodes, I want to cut there, and that'd be the end of that statement. But then I also want the end part of this clip that I recorded, right? So what I'm going to do is at the bottom here, we've got four other options. This first one lets us do some color work. The second one lets us play with the audio. And the third one lets us adjust the speed. So if you want to make it slow motion, you can do that here. And the third one is a little bit more advanced trick here, where effectively what we choose is the second option that says split at playhead. And what that's going to do is it's going to split this individual clip into two clips right where our playhead is currently. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. So I didn't have to import anything extra. So now I've got our first one here with the original edit as I made it with that out point moved. So I selected the beginning part of this clip. And then this second one has what was the out point on this clip. It made it the in point on the second clip. So it's doing a couple extra steps for us without us having to move the in and out points around. So now with this second clip, I just want the very end of it, essentially. So I'm going to play it back from here.
Let me know what you think. Do you have any questions? Is there anything that would be especially helpful to you?
So I think I'm going to start from, do you have any questions? I'm going to lose the let me know what you think, because that just doesn't sound, I don't know, to me it doesn't sound that interesting.
Do you have any questions? Let me know what you think. Do you have any questions?
So this one's a little bit hard to cut around since I was talking so quickly, but you can see there's at the very bottom of the playhead area, there's a little bit of a bump in the audio waveform. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to tap on and drag the endpoint over just to the beginning of that little audio bump. And that should be it. So let me tap on and drag the playhead over and hit play, and we should be lined up here.
Questions? Is there anything that would be especially helpful? Questions? Is there anything that would be especially helpful?
Okay, so I'm not quite lined up. It's saying that's questions. I want to keep, let me know if you have any questions. So let's try moving this over to in front of these two little audio bumps in the waveform, and then move the playhead there. So you can see it's a little bit of trial and error, but it's fun. It lets you, play with and tweak the way that you shot it to make it, a great experience to watch.
Do you have any questions? Is there anything that would be especially helpful? Do you have any questions? Is there anything that would be especially helpful to you? I would love to hear about it. Leave a comment down below.
Okay, so I like everything else I said. There's a little bit of a pause at the very end that I don't think is necessary. So I think after I'm done pointing below, I'll go ahead and just cut away from there. So let's find that.
Hear about it. Leave a comment down below.
So there you go. So I found the spot with my playhead. I will tap and drag the out point just over to the playhead, and that should be good. So we can double check it, hit the play button.
A comment down below.
There you go. So that's playing with the in and out points, and then also splitting a clip that you imported into two, so you can keep that beginning and end and lose the middle part of a clip that you recorded. One final thing I want to show you how to do is how to export your video once you're done editing it so that you can upload it and share it. After you're all set and you've played it back, you're all good to go and you want to save it and everything. To export, all you need to do is go up to that box with that vertical arrow there, tap on that, and it's going to give you a bunch of options. Starting out, just choose that first option, the save to camera roll option. And what that's going to do is it's going to save your edit to your phone's local storage, either on your iPhone in your photo library or on your Android device in your media library there. So I'll tap on save to camera roll, and then it's just going to save it. It's going to export it, which is the fancy word for saving in video terms. And then it's saved. We'll hit OK. I can close out of the project, and then I can go over to Photos, and then right down here is our saved video. And it's all set to upload to Wistia or YouTube or to Facebook, Instagram, wherever you're publishing your video, it'll be all good to go. And you did that all on your smartphone. So that's been a quick start to editing on your smartphone. I hope it's been helpful. Let me know in the comments, when it comes to editing, is there an area in particular that you're struggling with? I'd love to help if I can. Thanks so much for watching, and until next time, keep creating.